Holy smokes.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
I was not prepared.
I hadn't heard that yet.
Yes.
Happy New Year,
Oh
everybody.
my God.
Welcome back to the...
Get ready. That's going to be all season.
Oh
We might-
my God.
we
I'm
might
going to have to get
fine-tune
it
it
like
here and there,
14
but-
times.
Yeah, maybe we sync
Play
it up. a little
that
bit.
same song.
We'll make one for Mando, too. So
Yes,
Oh
we're
my
gonna
hell
have to.
yes. But wow.
Hey, don't spoil it.
Hey,
That's your preview. That's
Gotta
just
leave
a little
them
taste. Just a little
wanting.
taste.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so much more to that theme. Don't even worry.
That was completely unhinged.
but
Oh my
Unhinged.
God.
welcome back
Doesn't even
to
begin to describe it.
the HoloNet Marauders podcast and HoloNet Marauders live as my
there he
camera
is.
goes
As
away.
as you leave.
AJ's
See you
already disappeared. I
Oh.
think mine's accidentally zoomed in. It's great. It's just one of these evenings, everyone.
nailing
At 1,000.
We got it.
So, new season of the Bad Batch. We're back. We haven't seen
There's
you
a new
guys since
season?
Andor on here.
Yeah.
new
I'm just
season.
kidding.
Crazy, right?
I was going to
Oh,
make that
I'll-
joke.
guys,
and
give me-
I had some self-restraint, Jack.
Give me like 44 minutes. I will be right back.
All right. You come in at the very end for like getting ready to log off, and you just pop in. You're like, "Oh, it was good."
No,
Yeah,
that's
we just
the
Get
red
ready to
part.
talk.
Oh, yeah.
Omega
like
this
that today.
season is really
Wow.
coming in. No.
So, episode 1 was Spoils of War. Episode 2 was Ruins of War. So, very nice, very nice
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
But before we get into the episode, couple of questions to get to. Erland, who isn't able to make the stream, but he asked us a question. This one's, I guess, for Matt. What Darth Vader vintage figure do you have, Matt? I heard the new Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan show is insane quality.
Yeah. So actually, I
that
have
one?
it right here. It's Buff Vader. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's Power of the Force.
Buff
isn't
Vader
it?
is Power of the Force. Vader is the
Jack
best.
noticed that
Vader.
thing a mile
He's
away.
Literally.
Yeah. I
No,
remember
I do
staring
have
at
the-
that in the Toys R Us aisle.
I have the Dark Times Vader. I actually have like 4 Dark Times Vaders because I accidentally ordered like a ton of them. So if you want one, I'll send it to you. But
Ooh.
Serious inquiries only.
yeah, no, but really,
You pay shipping.
the Dark Times Darth Vader is the best Darth Vader figure I own. I have a lot of different Darth Vader figures, and that one just completely blew me away. The cape is great, body shape is great, articulation is like perfect. Everything about it is just like unbelievable. And I don't really notice too many differences between suits from like different movies. So I think I'm going to end up using at least 1 or 2 more of my Dark Times Vaders for, my other displays, even though it might not be, completely era accurate costume.
We need videos of your displays.
I do need to send you one.
The full
some.
tour.
You
I
should. Full tour.
recently just got 000 and BT1, so I'm gonna add those to my.
Ooh.
Did
my
they make
comics
an
display.
Afro TVC?
Mhm.
Did they
Yeah.
officially make one?
Yes,
I thought
officially.
they made a 3-pack, right?
We have the
Well,
Black
the
Series
3.
figure. up there somewhere.
She's with the 3-pack, but I already got her as a single
Okay.
as well. So
Yeah.
doesn't compare to Buff Luke. You're right, Millie. I wish
That's
I had
true.
Buff Luke with me right now, but he's
Buff
at
Luke.
work. I brought him to
what?
work.
Who was
I
the
have
one that you
vivid memories.
lost?
Oh, that was Jack and Obi-Wan.
Jack and Obi-Wan.
I have vivid memories of losing
Jack and Obi-Wan.
Jack and Obi-Wan.
Stormtrooper Luke. No,
Buff
I lost the
Stormtrooper
helmet
Luke.
first. And I was very mad
yeah.
about that.
We found that in one of our stores recently. I told you to get it, but we didn't get it.
Well, next time you should just get it. I'm so glad the Bad Batch is back because you know what? This was we started doing the live streams because of the Bad Batch, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah,
True.
Am I
It was
wrong?
the tail end
Am I
of
right?
Mando.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first
but-
show. It was like a focused every week. Thing
Yeah.
that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we did the podcast for Mando. That was like the big thing. And then but Bad Batch was like what started with like the actual live streams. So it's special. It's very special,
Huh.
guys.
That is
And it's just
special.
a fun, like, it's just like watching a comic book. I mean, I know that's like a lot of Star Wars things, but I'm watching the Bad Batch, and obviously we just got over Andor and this amazing story, but it's just like I was saying on our podcast last time, like it's like the changing of the seasons. It's like, oh, this is nice. Like this is a nice little refreshing thing. I miss Star Wars animation.
Now,
I
I've been thinking about this. I don't know why Tales of the Jedi didn't feel as jarring. Maybe
Yeah.
because the subject matter was still kind of dark in places, but
maybe, yeah.
I did have a little bit of tonal whiplash initially going into season 2 of Bad Batch, where I was just like, this is much lighter hearted in tone. And I need to shift gears so I'm in the right headspace for this, because I've been in dark brooding fascist land.
True. Yeah, until the end of the second episode. Then we got, as I retweeted, I think it was Star Wars.
We'll get to it.
Rampart was pretending he was from Andor. But yeah. I had another question. Question for all of us. This comes from Chad on our Patreon. He asked, what's your favorite nickname that Sid has given to the Bad Batch members?
Dark and
So,
broody.
Dark and Broody is
Still
Hunter.
dark and broody.
Wrecker's
Favorite one.
Muscles. Goggles is Tech. Killjoy
Thank
is
you.
now Echo. Tiny
Thank
is
you for
Omega.
brushing us up on this.
Definitely
Yeah.
Killjoy. I like Killjoy stuck out to me. I was going to talk about that later, but
Killjoy
Killjoy.
is good.
I think Killjoy is weird because I don't really think of Echo as a Killjoy, but maybe that's just me.
That's just how
I think
Sid
of Tech
sees
as a
him.
Killjoy.
Yeah.
And
Tech is
but
brown
I mean, he's
eyes,
Goggles.
actually. Tech
Oh,
is
brown
brown
eyes.
eyes.
Oh,
eyes.
does Sid have a thing for Tech? I think she
No,
does.
No. The other lady does.
Wanda
What's her
Sykes.
name? Wanda
Oh,
Sykes.
Wanda Sykes'
What's her
character.
name?
I
What
don't
is
know.
okay? I missed it. I don't know why, but can someone explain like what is her significance? Why is she there?
She's
She's
attracted
just
to Echo.
Another like
I mean,
person that Sid
Tech.
works with, I believe.
Okay.
She's a pirate. I want to see.
She's a pirate.
We're talking about
I don't know what the
Wanda
deal is.
Sykes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
So-
her.
AJ, you wrote down the character's name. What was her name?
Um,
I'm just sus on her. I don't know.
Fee Gano. Fee
Fee?
Genoa.
Just
Fee?
Fee?
Isn't Fee spelled with
Oh,
a
yeah,
PH?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
Fee.
Fee.
Phee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Fee. Yeah,
Fee.
she's just a pirate. So like does that mean we're gonna see Maz? Are we gonna see Hondo?
I
Like,
want
are
to
we,
see
like,
Maz Kanata.
Oh,
We've seen her in High
please give
Republic
me Hondo. Give
sequels.
me more Hondo content.
Actually,
Give me,
that's the
like,
last time we're
Maz.
going to see her. She
Are we
just
gonna
appeared
see-
that one time, voiced by Wanda Sykes, and she's never
give
going
me
to.
Maz
Is that
and
Hondo?
Hondo. Team
are we
up.
is this the side on Thano watch? Maybe.
There's so many possibilities.
Our
There
predictions have already fallen flat, though. If you
Mine
watched
has.
our
Yes, they have.
predictions Bad Batch episode, we did not get one of the big ones that.
There are two polar opposites here. The one really big one immediately we're like, oh, is it gonna be Kicks? I love how Dodge called us out on that one in a meme. I love that one. But one of AJ's predictions came true like
It's true.
immediately.
It wasn't on the podcast though. It was just sitting on the couch. It was that I bet AZ is gonna be a waiter at Sid's, and he was.
Yeah, I totally believe you. No one was there to see it.
Jamie was there.
I was there.
Oh
I
yeah,
witnessed this.
yeah, sure. She.
Oh yeah, and you're a very unbiased part
Yeah,
of
I'm
party.
unbiased.
The porgs were
Unbiased
there. I can
witness.
bring the porgs in one by one.
Would you like the
As
25
if Buttons is any
Porg
more neutral.
opinions?
25 porg opinions are not enough.
25
all have
Porg
a lot of
opinion sounds like the
opinions.
start of like a serial drama.
Like
They
a
have a
serial
lot of
drama.
opinions. A lot of drama between
Like 12
them.
angry men,
Oh.
but 25 angry
25
porgs.
angry 25 angry porgs. I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
That's good.
It's literally just 25 porgs sitting in a jury room just screaming at each other. They can't talk or anything. They're
By the
just
end-
screaming.
But
By the
makes
end, it
sense
just
to them.
evolves into Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Wow. Oh, I'd watch that. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, but with porgs.
Oh, but now that you guys got me talking on Hondo, I'm desperate to see Hondo show up in this gang.
We
Like
gotta
just
see him
to
change
just to
outfits.
throw a
We-
wrench into things, man.
We
Like,
need
that's
to
what he's
know
best at.
about how Hondo loses it all. We need
It's
to
true.
we
That's
need
true.
to know how that happens still.
That is
Any
important.
excuse to get Jim Cummings back in the booth, I'm totally here for it.
I'd be down for it immediately, so why not?
He never
Absolutely.
left the booth.
But yeah,
Still
so
there.
True.
We just have to keep
Um,
changing the tapes out.
Yeah.
so Wanda Sykes' character, Fee, she's just a pirate and we don't know anything about her yet, and she gave Sid some sort of information, and that's it. That's all we know.
Wasn't it
Okay.
the Dooku information though?
No, I think it was something else. But it
She
might
gave
have
us
been
something else.
Might have been that. It could have been more than one thing because she said, "Oh, it's not free." So like,
We'll
Oh,
see her again.
I just realized
Probably.
I wanted to mention, did anyone else get Pirates of the Caribbean 2 vibes from that season 2 intro? Like with the
Yeah,
with the
running
crabs
through
on
the
beach?
water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Of course.
Echo face
Don't-
glancing into the ocean.
oh my
Don't
god,
even get me started.
Echo.
Big crabs.
What's up with Echo's
Big
like palm
crabs,
frond
guys.
bamboo comma? Like I don't know, something about the texture of it. It looks like he just like
It's
cobbled
like
it together on the beach.
patchy with a lot of
what?
patches. His
it's
his like
nice.
skirt, the Kama. Yeah.
I've never
I'm
heard
a
that.
huge-
The
name
tan
before.
color is throwing me off, I guess.
I'm a huge fan of the new armor, the new colors though. Like I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's really
Blue.
cool and it's
100%.
really unique.
Why did they do
I
that?
love
we gonna
Hunter
find
and
out?
Wrecker's redesigns the best.
Probably
in terms of
not.
color
Do you think
schemes.
they'll tell us? I mean, someone
Yeah.
pointed out that the rebellion colors are just orange, and that's maybe just a sign of that. I mean,
The
it's not that
resistance colors are orange. The rebellion colors are red.
I think it has more to do with the fact that the Imperial's
guess.
colors
I
are
think
so
orange.
devoid of color, other than black, gray, white, and red.
These are the
That
resistance
for
colors.
them, just putting any other colors on it is a form of rebellion, similar to like Sabine. You know,
yeah, that's true. Chat
Maybe
is
Sabine painted them.
the rebellion color orange or red? I
It's
think
red.
orange.
Chat, you're wrong if you
But
say
every
orange.
X-wing pilot wears orange, so I think
It's also
orange.
valid
Yeah.
if you think that there isn't a specific color, because I don't know what the hell like, these guys are talking about right now.
yeah, it's never been written. I'm with Jamie. It's never been written in a book
When-
anywhere what the rebellion's color is. So
When
get outta
I
here.
think of the
Orange.
rebellion symbol, I think of it in red. When I think of the resistance symbol, which is the exact same thing as the rebellion symbol, I think of it in orange.
Yes.
Thank you, Chad.
but isn't it the New Republic that's orange? I don't think
No, the New Republic is blue and gold.
And yellow.
Oh,
yeah, gold.
Okay, you're right. Never mind. What am I thinking?
Soon I'm gonna try to get a nice little New Republic flag over here. Gonna try to get that.
Well, listen, I'm just gonna put this out here. What color is my Squadron shirt that I got? That's the Squadron shirt. Oh, it's orange. That's right.
Oh wow.
Squadrons
No,
is
but-
New Republic, not Rebellion.
Damn
Do you
it.
guys want to see
I
the
was hoping you
intro
weren't gonna bring
again?
that up.
Orange, you glad you joined the Empire? Glad no one heard my joke.
Oh, we heard it.
I liked it.
Oh,
I
weird.
liked it.
You're gonna show the intro
what were we talking
again.
about? I was just asking. Do you guys want to see the intro again?
I don't
I'm
know.
still thinking about
maybe
it.
We'll play the
see it.
intro again later.
Maybe not
Later.
Make
here.
it an outro.
Later,
Make it
later.
an outro.
Make it the outro. Okay.
We'll make it the outro. So stick around if you want to see that intro. Again.
Good compromise.
I want to see it in the end again.
As I would.
Um,
So Sids.
So Sids.
We saw the two
Well, Edge.
jerk
Bolo and
wads,
Cat.
They're
whatever
still
their name
gaming.
are. Yeah.
They're still-
gaming.
Listen, you have a
Hey,
thing
they're
you
just
do.
regulars.
You have a buddy that you go and hang out with every night. That's just what they do.
Absolutely love that Hunter is like, no, we're not going to do this job. And then the entire Bad Batch is just like, we're going to go behind your back and do the job. And
They-
he's
they
like, fine,
vote.
I'll do the job.
Very pirate like.
I really like that though, because it goes to show that it is all group decisions and it's not just Hunter's decisions anymore. That's huge, because that was the whole thing with season 1 is it was Hunter had like the final say. And in
Yeah.
this, it does seem either unanimous vote for changes or nothing else, which is very pirate like, it seems. If we're talking like Monkey Island pirate rules, it needs like unanimous votes. But like I really like that a lot.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of The Boys. By the end of the latest season of The Boys, I don't think this is much of a spoiler to say, but like the main leader of The Boys, Billy Butcher, like has been trying to strong arm his way the whole time, and it's a very defining moment at the end of this season where they're like, "No, you're not in charge anymore. This is a democratic process." And I like that the same thing is happening here. Of course, it's done in a much more casual, subtle way, and they're just like, "Screw you, Hunter. We're just gonna do this anyway."
I don't know.
We need money. We need money. What are you gonna do? We need money.
Overruled.
I don't know. I think Anakin was right. I think there needs to be one guy making all the decisions and everybody
Yeah.
else needs to just fall in line.
Yeah, everyone needs to
Right.
just be made to make the
Yeah,
right
why don't they
calls.
make them? Who's going to
Someone
make
should
them?
I really liked Omega studying the ships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I love
I like
the
that quiz thing with the
unscheduled break.
lambda.
the Lambda
Hanging
tunnel.
from the
Why-
wire. It's
Why
an
is Omega
unscheduled
hanging
break.
from the thing? It's an unscheduled break.
It's like it's the clearest answer possible. It's
That was the-
perfect.
Tech was on fire this whole episode. Tech was
He
on
was.
He could not
fire.
help
This was
himself
his
this whole 2
episode.
episodes. I forget what it was, but there was something like in the back half of episode 2 where like Tech could have just said it in a normal human person way, but he had to say it in such a Tech way.
There's like a couple moments.
it's
Like
gonna
there's
come to
like there he's about to like open like the door to the container initially, and he's just like, oh well, if my calculations are wrong, it's gonna be like and not like he knows exactly what it is. If my calculations are wrong, and we're gonna be sucked into the empty vacuum of space and die. But I'm rarely wrong. And then the door just opens, and he's like, and Echo's like, good job.
And Echo is like, it either kills you or it doesn't. Like, those are the
Tech
only
and
two
Echo are the
options.
best.
That-
the
it
best
seems
duo.
like
Oh, great.
it seems like they took the notes from season 1 that like Tech and Echo didn't get enough development, and were like, okay, guys,
Yeah.
I feel like they're just
we'll
like
have these two people star in the episode.
3PO and R2. They have that kind of dynamic. If you could hear what R2 was saying, I feel like it's the same
I
thing.
stubbed the crap out of my toes earlier today, so I am feeling Tech's injury that he gets like later in the
You got
episode
Nemec
too.
Well, we'll get
Oh,
to
you
that.
got
Oh my
Nemec.
god.
Stupid
So-
cargo
Yeah,
crates,
super hard.
biggest villains
That's all I was thinking
in
of.
Star Wars.
We're
hate them.
all experiencing emotional damage from like Nemec still. And so like just like seeing like that happen to Tech, it's just like immediately we're all like, oh my god, he's dead.
Well,
like
as
this
soon
is
as-
what's gonna happen. But like
They
I was
knew what
like,
they did.
but
As
there
soon
was
as
no
the
way
thing
they
was
were gonna
flying
do
around
that.
and all those crates were shifting, I'm sitting there just sweating bullets. I'm like, oh my
as
god.
well, as soon as Omega's like, let's just take this crate full of heavy weaponry and other boxes down and just crash it in the surface. I'm like,
Nope.
uh-uh. I've seen this story.
No,
It doesn't end well.
No.
But of course, like
But
there's that
broke
juxtaposition
his
between
leg.
like the way Andor and Bad Batch both handle something, because like Andor is like, no, that will kill you, and with Bad Batch, it's like he's gonna walk it off. It'll be fine.
I
Although, to be
shattered my
fair,
femur
much
with
smaller-
150 kg.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a much smaller crate that hit Tech, and he's
Yeah.
got armor, so I will concede.
But okay, but break it down, but barely, because Tech wears the least amount of armor out of all
true.
of them, which is always bothered to me. But so it makes sense that he broke his leg because he doesn't wear like any leg armor.
yeah,
just saying.
yeah, that's a fact.
I didn't want it to happen, but that's what
He got half Nemec. He got
There
Nemec
you go.
0.5.
Yeah.
Tech is that. Tech is Jimmy Neutron in that one scene where he's like sodium chloride, and then the guy's like salt, and he's like, yeah, sodium chloride.
Oh my
That
god!
literally, like, I was trying to think of that for so long, and I'm like, I finally pinpointed like exactly what I'm feeling.
Yes, that is exactly it. You have cracked the formula on why Tech is the way Tech is.
Tech-
Oh my
All
god!
right, Jimmy
Deserves to get a
Neutron on the bingo card. Did anyone
it
have
is.
that?
I didn't have that.
If that
Sorry,
was on
guys.
anyone's bingo
Throwing you
card, they went forward in
Throwing
time
you a
and they cheated.
curveball there. Don't worry, guys. More Jimmy Neutron coming up. Don't worry. Not,
Oh yeah, we haven't even touched the many Carl memes I've got.
Oh, are you
stored
kidding? Are
away.
you kidding? No way.
I love my two big Tech lines in this were I'm impressed, and then whatever he said to Omega about knowing what the ship was, and then
That's like
after
freaking-
when he broke his leg, he's like, was it Omega? Are you all right? I broke my femur, this and that. So
That
no.
was it.
No,
That was
no.
it. He's like, I seem to have suffered a sharp, blunt trauma to my upper femur. I'm like, you
Yeah.
could have just said
No.
you broke your leg.
Like, I love how like you can't see it as well. Like Echo, like behind him, like his expression, but you can tell he's just like, oh my god, this guy, like, like,
Like even
Is-
when he has just experienced some major trauma, Tech cannot help himself, and I do love that about him.
Oh
Yeah.
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 And then we meet Grandpa Joe,
Grandpa Joe!
and his real name
Grandpa
is
Joe.
Romar.
Romar.
I love that he's kind of fed up with them. Like the moment they start being all Bad Batchy around him, he's like, "Oh Jesus Christ, guys, no!" Like when like even with Omega, when she's like, "What is this thing? Are there gems in it?" He's like,
He's
"You've
like,
never
it's a
seen a
this
toy
poor
before in
child.
your life?
And
Good
she's
God,
like, wow. And he's
I-
like, have fun. Jesus.
blast it!
He's
Just
a
be a
toy.
kid."
This is super interesting because it's the whole batch like never really socializes with anyone outside of their circle.
Mhm.
They just like shoot everyone and then get out of there, right?
True.
And so it's interesting to actually see them interacting with like normal people. And so like that's why it's like all such the guy is just done with them immediately because he's like these people don't know how to. It's like when with your family like at home and then you go in public and your family's being weird in public and you're just like, oh my god, what's going on? But it's that kind of thing. Like the family's doing weird stuff in public at the restaurant and you just got to be like, oh my god, and then you're the people like next to them. So yeah.
Yeah,
that's the reaction.
dad's sitting there arguing with the waiter about sodium chloride. Mom is embarrassed. Your sister's looking at the kaleidoscope like, oh my god, are there diamonds in here? Trying to break it
Exactly.
open on the table, and you're just like, oh my god, can you guys be normal?
That's exactly what happened.
But we jumped ahead a little bit, right? We didn't
Yeah.
follow where we're on Tech, Echo, and Omega's little storyline arc. But the batch gets to Sereno
Yep.
for Dooku's house.
Dooku's
get the war
house!
chest. Dooku's
Not
house.
even Dooku's house.
And
Not
we see
doing
that
so
Sereno
great.
got absolutely glassed,
Yeah.
to use
Yeah.
Boba Fett's term.
Yeah, and like on that note, we've already talked about Romar, so like I've been desperate to bring up this point. It seems very intentional that they showed us this side of Dooku in Tales of the Jedi, and then give us this episode in the opening of the Bad Batch season 2, because
Ooh.
I mean, that whole thing with Count Dooku is showing us, hey, this guy was fed up with the corruption that he's seeing in front of him. Senators literally using their people's resources just for their own personal profit. And then what does Dooku go and do? Need I say more? Yeah.
He joins the
That's a good
separatists
point.
who aren't the Empire. The Republic's the Empire.
Hypocrite.
He was on the right side, actually. It turns out to not get his people glassed.
Dooku was
Right.
right.
Dooku was right. Hot take of the century.
Oof. Hot take of the new year.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like I wish I just, it just shows how much time had passed for him. I mean, hell, his entire face molded shape. But at the same time, they're like, geez, you really lost sight of your ideals and why you even left the order in the first place, huh, guy? But that's Sidious for you.
Then you're lost. How long's it been? We'll do a little time check. I know it's been
3 years.
since
6 months.
Order 66. It's been 6
Well,
months.
longer since that, but since the end of season 1, it's arguably about 6 months. It's
Really?
also
I
up in
thought-
the air how long season 1 is. I would argue that's also about 6 months.
yeah.
So I
We
think
spent
it's
some
been
time trying to
at
figure that
most
out.
a
So we're
year.
in 20 BBY then.
Yeah, because
I-
like
Yeah.
We're in 18 BBY.
Yeah.
Because it goes backwards.
Oh,
Doesn't
right.
count down.
Of course.
because they've still got a lot of Phase 2 troopers running around. We haven't seen those Ralph
Yeah,
McQuarrie guys show up again. So
Yeah.
that was
Mhm.
weird.
I know Brad Rao, I think it was Brad Rao the other day, said it only been a couple of months.
Oh,
Couple could mean 6.
Then
It's
why
clearly-
are you making Omega
Clearly
so
not
much taller?
defined.
She looks taller to me.
Yeah, that's true. We do have the haircut.
She had a
That's pretty
growth
much
spurt.
the only judge we have. That does look like about somewhere between 2 to 6 months.
Yeah.
It's definitely not years.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Couple
Thank
months,
you.
It's
Yeah.
not years. It's a
Now,
couple
if we're
of
judging,
months.
she's not
I would've
much
said
taller, but her hair has grown out a little bit, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really seem like a whole lot of time has passed.
She looks taller.
It might
Also,
just
the
be-
fact that if it had been multiple years, I mean, the Empire would have been a little bit farther along. They seem to
Yep.
feel like there's still a chance to catch them while they're getting developed. Sorry, Jamie, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, they still get
No, I was
clones.
just gonna say maybe Omega looks taller and her hair is so much longer because it's not really that much longer, but it's longer enough because like she's finally eating like regular food
Not
and it's
Camino
getting like
food based.
nutrients, not just like nutrient paste. She's like,
Or
getting
Mantel
actual
popcorn.
food.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
it's just
ordinary
all the popcorn.
The actual meals
A
are
lot
the
of protein.
popcorn.
I have to say, one scene that stood out to me more than any other, I really love this. Hunter goes, he plants the explosives on the V-Wings. He blows up the V-Wings. Him and Wrecker go off and hide in the woods. And all of a sudden, all the clones start to mobilize and like look around. And Wrecker's like, they're onto something. They know something's wrong. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean they know something's wrong? You just blew up 2 ships. Of course they know
Then
something's
they
wrong.
charge in.
Clones don't
Look.
do that.
Look, Wrecker is fantastic. Wrecker had so many good moments in these episodes as well.
God.
But like sometimes he also is Mr. Just state the obvious.
Oh, this place is giving me the creeps.
Oh, Galen Urso.
Galen Urso.
No shit, it's an evil Sith Lord's lair.
I love
but
how
really,
Hunter and Wrecker. I keep getting all the names mixed up. Like Hunter and Tech, Hunter. And,
They
It was
did
Hun-
pretty darn well together. Yeah.
they did. They grabbed their chests and they left it in the woods. So hopefully Grandpa Joe finds that and then he's rich. I remember what I said about the money. No.
Well, like I like when they were trying to figure out how to get out of Dooku's throne room, and then Ricker's like, "Oh, I know how to do this. I've played
Okay.
Mario. Ground
Oh.
pound."
Yeah, right.
Slam.
But wait, I love that entire scene though because it shows how kind of like inept they are without the full crew. Because Hunter's trying to like frantically type away, and he doesn't know how to use a computer.
Why is it taking so
Like, it's just- and then Wrecker's just like ah, and then
He
just
just
the
jumps.
scream, the
Boring
scream of the
conversation,
two
I
of them just drop.
Oh, it was great.
I can't. I'm just. Oh my
He went
god.
he went full Wario on that.
He
list.
He did the flip in midair and then butt slam that thing down.
Oh,
um,
so good.
But full worry.
Also, and then Wrecker just has like the most badass moment ever in the second episode where he's like trying to commandeer that AAT tank gun, and
That was
Hunter's
cool.
like, "No, you can't drive that." He's like, "I don't want to drive it."
No,
Oh
yeah.
my
God.
god, he just starts
I was
blowing
hooting.
people.
So I started
Kingdom
blasting.
Come.
I was like, "Wait,
Yeah.
did you guys usually go on stun? You definitely killed the people in that V-wing. You 100%
Yeah.
killed those people."
That was great.
So there were
Finally.
some actual.
Finally.
They did kill a good handful of clones.
Some
with
shrapnel
intent.
definitely took out some lives.
Yeah, but I love like that moment as well though, because it shows that like Rucker's like thinking and getting to show his like explosives knowledge like this entire like episode as well, because like he's just like, oh, he finds like that battery and he's like, all right, I can do this, and Hunter's just like, no, you don't have time for this, and Rucker's like, I can do this, just let me do this. And it works out, and he's so proud of that gun afterwards, and it's
I
fantastic.
hope he has
I
it
hope
all
he keeps
season
it.
now.
Yep.
Yeah, that should become like a what's his name, Baz, like just the big backpack.
Yeah,
cannon.
yeah.
Give me some of
That
that.
should be his thing.
Paz.
that'd be great.
Paz. Who the hell?
No,
Oh,
Baz.
Paz.
Paz
Not
Vizsla?
Paz, not Paz
Baze.
Vizsla,
Who
although
the hell are you
his
talking about?
Baze.
Oh, Baze
Thank you.
Rogue
Malbus.
One.
I was
Okay.
so
I knew where he was
close.
going.
Oh, with like the leaf blower gun.
Yeah.
The
the
jetpack.
blower gun.
The machine gun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna unsee that.
It looks like one of those like leaf blowers that he wears a backpack.
No,
and
no,
then-
no, no. You're not wrong. I just never put that together.
Playing with a reef blower.
So the only thing I was disappointed with in this episode was I wanted to see more of Dooku's house. They were literally in it for 2 seconds. The scary music played, and they were
Yeah,
out
I
of there.
I know.
I
was
show me a Sith
looking forward
holocron
to
or
them.
something.
Yeah, like exploring the castle.
Yeah, it would've been cool.
Well,
First of all, Count Dooku's castle, right? Dooku is clearly just like supposed to be Dracula. They literally
Oh, yeah.
got the guy who played Dracula, and they called him
Like
Count
6
Dooku,
times.
Count D. Yeah, exactly.
Count D.
Count D. He's Count D. He's
I-
Count Dracula. But
Okay.
You guys
I
are
really
just
thought
blowing
of
my
that,
left and
but
right
yeah.
tonight. Yeah. Why did I never put that together?
It's a good one.
they need
I'm gonna need a nap
No.
after
explore
this.
that castle. It's got
You know why they
It's gotta be
didn't?
creepy.
You know why they didn't? It's because Hunter and Rucker were the two to go through there. They both have about the intellectual depth of like a walnut.
Yeah.
Unless
The
you're trying
emotional
to track
depth.
someone or blow something up, you're not going to get any useful information.
Hunter
I love
probably
both of
wouldn't be
them
scared.
dearly, but they're not gonna critically think like Sith artifacts.
Technically
Okay,
does this. I'm trying my best.
like
We needed like a Clue type episode where they're
Yeah.
just wandering around, backing into like mannequins and knights in armor.
And they make
That'd
that,
be
that
great.
sound
Scooby-Doo.
that Scooby-Doo and Shaggy make when they run.
And
Like
yeah,
that
their
Greenland
legs go
episode of
around.
Fun.
it's Gonky. Gonky wasn't in these
Ooh,
episodes.
Gonky wasn't
guys.
in this episode.
Oh,
Where's Gonky? Is he all right? Is he safe?
where is he?
Is he all right?
I don't
He's
know.
in the
I'm-
ship. He was
He's the
hanging out in the
dishwasher
ship.
with AZ at the place.
There you go.
No,
Literally the
that's not his
dishwasher.
purpose. He is a hero.
See, they're gonna lock him down from now on because we can't risk another box falling on one of Tech's legs. He's already
Gon-
he's
Gonky
already
fell
out of
on
one.
Tech's leg.
Yeah.
Gonky's
Gonky's
gonna
been
have a
known
dog
to
with
just
a
fall
collar
over.
and a leash.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they don't trust him anymore. He's a liability. He's a falling.
He's gonna have one
box.
of those body harnesses they put on kids when they're skiing.
Absolutely. And they're,
Oh my
they're gonna
God.
wear him on it. Wrecker's gonna have him on his chest, carrying him around.
Oh, that'd be
He's gonna be
great.
kicking
No,
his
I
little
need to
feet.
commission that. I don't care. I'll pay
gonna
whatever
be-
amount. I need
He's gonna be
that
kicking his little feet
visual.
as they walk around. Like,
Now I need to commission a GIF. Thank you.
There
Thank
you go.
Matt. That's just got 10 times more expensive.
I get to
boy.
listening to music, make it like
I-
coloring books. I don't know why I thought of coloring books, but I've
Speaking
gone
I don't know
music.
why
coloring
this is my
coloring
favorite
books.
Imperial ship, but I really appreciated the Lambda shuttle nod when Hunter was quizzing Omega.
The quiz, yeah.
That was
Small
good.
thing. Just enjoyed
I want
that,
a ship quiz from Hunter.
right? Just
What
watch
about-
a bunch
what
of
about
Eckhart's
this?
Ladder
What's
videos and
this
go,
one?
I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this one,
What's-
AJ?
That's a N1 starfighter.
Come
got it.
on. Come on.
What else you
job,
got?
buddy.
Get out of here.
What's
this
this one?
What's this guy?
That's the Razor Crest. That's
yeah,
a
it is.
droid starfighter or
Okay.
Scarab. No, that's Scarab something else.
No, that's
Is
not
there a proper
Scarab.
name?
Yeah, I think it's just a droid starfighter. No, it's a vulture.
Everyone's like,
droid.
what ships do I have on
That's
hand?
the
But this one's
Havoc-
a vulture droid.
Oh, I don't know
Havoc
what that
one.
one is.
No. Okay. Wait. We need to talk about that. Actually, it's a modified Omicron attack shuttle. But it's the Havoc Marauder. Guys. So my favorite thing is the fact that the ship is called the Havoc Marauder, right? I have talked about this extensively. They
Yes.
used in this, they used the code, Hunter says, calls to Tech, Havoc 2, which means Tech is designation Havoc 2. It's just like the Ghost crew in Rebels.
Yeah.
They use the term
Hmm.
like Spectre, whatever, but they're using the term
Oh.
Havoc in this one. And I am obsessed with the fact that they're pulling that because they ended up deciding to name the ship just Marauder canonically, right? Not just Havoc Marauder, but they're still using the term Havoc, and I
didn't
love
know
it.
that. They got rid of the
I know
Havoc
that.
in Havoc
Yeah.
Marauder.
Yeah, so it's
Why don't they officially? They just call it the Marauder.
Yeah,
They
just
don't
the
be like,
Marauder.
let's head to the Havoc Marauder.
Havoc
They just say the Falcon. instead
Yeah,
of
it's a
Yeah.
mouthful.
That's
you know?
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
but Marauder and the entire crew is Havoc, and Tech is Havoc too. So I'm assuming. Okay, bear with me. I'm assuming Hunter is Havoc 1 clearly, and Tech is 2 because he made all the plans. And then I
Right.
would argue Echo is 3 because he outranks everyone else.
I bet
He-
Crosshair was 3. And
No.
they retired that one.
Well, no.
Maybe I don't
Hang
know.
on the
I think that
rafters.
just like moving it forward, and then Rec, and then Omega is 5. But yeah, drop your Havoc designations.
Yeah.
What you think?
Let's find
Anyway,
out.
that was
Wait.
something that I thought was really special, that they actually like included that, and that it's also just like, just like the Ghost Crew, and just keeping the name alive, man.
It's fun. Team
Wait,
names.
AJ,
Marauder
which
one.
one is this? Which ship is this?
Oh boy, it's the
Yeah.
What you want, my pronunciation or your pronunciation?
I was hoping you'd do your pronunciation. 'cause I love it.
Pronunciation.
The
Wow, I
the
was thinking of
scimitar.
much more.
The scimitar. Yay.
Oh, right. I was going to call
But
it
it's really
the Sith
the,
infiltrator. What the
It
fuck?
is.
Fuck.
It's the scimitar or the Sith infiltrator, but it's. The
I was-
scimitar.
Oh, okay. So that is the name for it. Okay, I just
Yeah,
I
you
always
nailed
butcher
it.
that one and just say like Shimitar.
listen.
The
I went into my
scimitar,
memory
the
bank,
scimitar,
and I
or
just,
the
I just went
scimitar.
like this, and I'm like, this one looks right. Is this the right file? So
Or the
Lucked
Sith
out.
infiltrator, because you don't have
'Cause
to
why not?
pronounce scimitar.
I wanted
Well,
to talk about music.
Yeah.
The
No.
Kiner Brothers music in this, the score in this couple episodes.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
really good. They were on fire.
They always nail it. Once again, Kiner Brothers, we'll have you on, please.
They always
listening.
We'd love to have you on.
Mhm,
One
We
day.
love you, have you on. I know you are.
Wait, does David W. Collins still work on the show? He worked on season 1.
I think so. The sound design guy, or
Yeah, because he does a great podcast called The Soundtrack Show. If no one's
Oh,
ever
you're
heard of it.
right.
But I had no idea that he was on the show until later. I'll look it up. But yeah, no, I love the Kinder's music. I mean, trying to learn the theme for like I thought I knew it, but there's a lot more nuances.
thought I
in there
did
than
too.
expected.
I thought I did too. I think we all did until we listened to
Yeah.
that intro.
until it came out of our mouths.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think that we each based it off of something differently, and we should have been clear. Hey, base your song off of
I like the way it came
version.
out.
So
It's beautiful. It's,
something.
our creation.
I was worried
know
about
what?
that. Yeah.
You know what? None of us are actually musically inclined, and I think that it obviously shows.
Hey, I
Um,
played the
I
violin
have
for
no
10 years.
excuse.
we
Yeah.
appreciate
I'm
music.
musically inclined.
I'm music. Yeah, Matt and
I'm
I
musically
unfortunately are gonna have to hang
declined.
our heads in shame.
I played Guitar Hero for a long time. We've been over this. I'm very
Imagine
Not on
musically
the show.
inclined.
Imagine doing Star Wars music on Guitar Hero.
Oh,
There
they
must
have
be a
that. They
mod.
definitely have that.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love to shred like the Cantina band song on Expert.
Okay, so David W. Collins was re-recording mixer and sound editor, and he also was sound editor for Tales of Jedi, Summer Vacation, and Obi-Wan.
Tales of the
What's that?
Jedi Summer
Andor.
Vacation.
No,
Which
Tales
one
of
is
the Jedi,
that?
comma
Lego.
Summer
And
Vacation.
Lego.
Do I
Lego
get to see
Summer
Dooku
Lego
in
Summer
swim
Vacation.
trunks?
Matt,
Yeah.
did you watch Summer Vacation yet?
It's basically a Star Cruiser ad. Oh, wow.
Oh, there he goes. Whoops.
Did
I
anyone
thought there
else
was
feel like
something
that
wrong.
was a
You made me
statement?
panic.
Whoops.
You made me
No, I
panic.
haven't. Goodbye. I will not entertain this
I said good
conversation.
day.
Good day, sir.
I said good day.
Hey, sir, you stole fizzy lifting drinks. Willy Wonka, mark it down.
It always comes back to Willy Wonka.
So I
Grandpa Joe.
I mentioned this briefly, but I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. Like it's weird that they introduced the next phase of troopers that would like bridge the gap between the phase 2 clone troopers and your classic stormtrooper, and then we haven't seen that being adopted either in this or in like Andor or anything when we have seen clone troopers post Order 66. So like
That's a good point.
I don't know. What do you got? Why do you guys think that is? Why did we only get to see them in that one secret base, and
Well,
they're
that's
not using
because-
this armor design anywhere else?
Rampart has
Because-
to kill each clone first. So
Yes.
he's traveling the galaxy, finishing off each clone individually, and then
Just a
replacing.
serial clone murderer.
That's what he's doing.
I think
That's his
it.
role.
You know what? Maybe they're trying to just the gradual. They're just gonna flip a switch one day and they're gonna just roll everything out. And so I don't know. They have like the
Yeah.
able bodies like in the moment, and they're like, all right, let's assert our law everywhere first, and then just gradually just be like, and just like swap everything because they
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
they could
I
just do
bet
that.
they're, I bet they're gradually rolling them out. They're just like, we haven't seen it. Maybe they're like, oh, let's send
Yeah,
some troops
okay.
to.
Well, I
just-
think Wilco
well, I don't
is
know.
a specific case because I mean, in season 1 we had Hauser. We had
Baja
Hauser
Blast.
disobeying orders, and now we're having Wilco disobey orders. The clones are getting unruly, and I think that's kind of the point. They're showing more and more clones kind of just not following orders anymore, even though good soldiers follow orders. And I think that's kind of the catalyst for okay, time to get rid of these guys.
Well,
Which
the,
orders did
Oh,
Wilco
totally.
follow?
I was more talking
Well,
armor.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just like the clones in general, they're just gonna.
Oh, I agree,
The
100%.
clones come with the armor. Wilco
Yes.
didn't want to
Wilco
falsify
didn't want to
documents.
falsify. Yeah, he didn't want to falsify the
I would say
report.
he was
and
following. Well, he was
well,
following
so
the code.
he was
company
following
code.
everything along the way, and then he has the full conversation with Rampart, and then Rampart's like, "Oh, you will be changing your report," and then he like walks away, and then you
I'm
can see like the
your
gears turning
boss.
in like Wilco's head. You literally, you can see the gears turning in Wilco's head, and he's just like, No, I will not do that. And like it's that he's like doubting himself so hard in that moment because he knows that it's wrong. And so then he disobeys that order, and then Rampart's just like,
How convenient there were no cameras or no other witnesses.
like as they like approached that edge. First of all, I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, oh my god, Rampart's just gonna like push him over the edge, and then no, he shoots him, and that pushes him over the edge. Which
Dude dropped like a
worse?
sack of wet.
That
sand.
Yeah, that was. I did not
dark.
expect them to just show him go. Pew! Yeah.
Oh
that
my
was,
god.
That was
There he
wild.
goes.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
He's in a better place.
That's probably one of the more violent things that Bad Batch or hell Clone Wars, I think in general, has just depicted. Like, I don't know, Clone Wars probably got pretty darker in the early
We've had some
seasons, but
stuff.
that was pretty
We've seen
cold.
some stuff.
Like it
pretty cool.
It wasn't that it was like blatant on-screen violence, but like the implications of that murder and just then watching the body just listlessly fall over the edge was pretty
Yeah.
grim for a cartoon Star Wars show. And I applaud that. I'm not mad about it. Like I want the show
Yeah.
to not pull punches, you know?
It
And
was
a good
it was
moment.
enough of showing the grim and violence of it without actually showing like a head getting blown off. So
yeah.
yeah.
Rampart finally did something. He was
Yes.
stiff in season 1. At least
So-
he did something to make me
Even if it is
hate
just
him more.
protecting his own incompetency.
Right.
So
That's
it is
perfect,
interesting.
though.
It is interesting
Perfect
because
for
the
him.
moment you see Rampart, you're just like, oh my god, here's this guy again. But then like he actually goes to show that like he is trying his best to be the best Imperial that he can be, and he's interested in his career, and that's it. Which is a
classic
very good
Imperial.
Imperial. He's a very good Imperial.
Oh, yeah.
I was just waiting for him to show his Imperialness because he was just a guy before.
Right. Yeah. Now that he's like, oh, I don't want to get, I don't want Tarkin on my ass. Like, yeah, he's definitely coming into his own. He's giving
Yeah.
me Blevins vibes of just being like, I am out for myself and I'm
Yeah.
going to bend all the rules to me. Thank you very
Oh, yeah.
much.
Good
Yep.
for him. Everybody needs something. Everybody
Which I
needs a
guess
hobby.
confirms we'll see Tarkin again. I know we were talking
Yeah.
about that.
And confirms that Rampart's probably going to die by the end of the season or show.
Maybe.
By the end of the show,
Yeah. I
Imagine
think
You
that
don't
Rampart-
think
he's-
Rampart's going to survive this show? Rampart's done.
I think
Oh, no,
the
he's
most
totally going to die. Yeah.
I think the most interesting part of the entire Wilco and Rampart conversation, though, is Wilco reported that he saw Clone Force 99, obviously. And Rampart's just like, no, you didn't. The most interesting part of that is, scroll it back, that means that Crosshair filed a report that Clone Force 99 died.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Ooh.
That's true because he got out of there. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
Ooh. But wait,
good.
Or
he never went back at all.
yeah, but I doubt that. Because
No.
you see, like,
More like
Crosshair
it.
with
Well,
Yeah,
the
based on
trailer,
the trailers,
obviously,
that's
like,
very
you know,
skeptical.
I guess you're right.
he's still with the Empire. So
I think,
Um,
yeah, because like I was thinking as watching Rampart cover his tracks, like, okay, how the hell is he supposed to, address this without getting caught? And it's obvious that he would just go and say, Crosshair, you
Mhm.
screwed me, and you're gonna fix this for me. Yeah,
What-
that's what's gonna
Ooh.
happen.
what if Rampart has like a file of like the official record, like the official like thing that like Crosshair like said or whatever, and then one day he's just gonna be like, guess what? Crosshair's a lion, son of a bitch. Here's the truth, and like everyone's gonna be like, oh, I don't know. So,
Amazing.
They're going
they
to
took
drop
him
the
back
son of a bitch in
after,
the Bad Batch. That's pretty good.
son of a bitch.
I mean, it's
I can't
amazing they
wait.
took him back after the betrayal on Camino on Tipoca City, but
I know.
It
Yeah.
was a pretty messy
Maybe.
situation. A lot of
It
a lot of
was. It
stuff
really
happened.
was.
I believe that Crosshair would have falsified the report and said that Clone Force 99 died.
Well, I think you're right.
yeah,
I mean, there's
100%.
no other explanation, right? I mean, Crosshair
Wasn't
clearly
Rampart there
knows they're
when-
not dead.
Crosshair turned during the finale. I
Yeah,
remember
so
that.
well, kind of. ESO2,
He pulled the
whatever.
Kylo Ren.
She reports that Crosshair has lost control of the situation. And
That's what it was. Yeah.
Rampart's just like, all right, fire at will, and then he just nukes the city, right?
And then
That's
Right.
Rampart was like
City.
fire at will.
Happy
wasn't
Oka
Rampart.
City.
Fire at Wilco.
Oh,
Last at
Yeah, I think Wilco getting shot like that is kind of a sign of. I mean, it's all been a sign anyways. They blew up, like Jamie just said, they blew up Camino. So like slowly but surely this season, I think we're gonna see the clones being like driven the heck out of here. And I think
they're done.
that'll be like probably Crosshair and Cody's little storyline when we get to them. I'm very excited to see them and what they're up to and what they're thinking.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's going to be interesting to see how Cody grapples with everything.
Oh, I can't. Rex and Cody,
that's
they
gonna be
have
rough.
to see each other, right? That's gonna be tough.
That's
Hey,
gonna
Cody.
be rough.
What the? Just
What are you doing?
what the hell?
What happened, buddy?
What are
You can't really.
doing?
I mean, you can blame Crosshair, right? Because his chip is out, and he's still an ass. Like we've been over that. Although he's probably starting to turn a bit. He didn't
He's
turn
an
on his
ass with
brothers.
agency.
Yeah.
But like you can't really
Agent ass, if you will.
agent.
Agent's
Ooh.
ass reported for duty.
You can't really get mad.
Guys,
at
you're
the-
playing with fire. Don't say things like that.
You can't really get mad at the clones though, because they're not controlling themselves. They're
True. Yeah.
So it's like I see everyone liking Wilco, and I'm like, why do you like Wilco? He's bad. And then I'm like, oh wait, it's not really. He's not being his true self.
But then again, they could very well be. You know, everyone could be Hauser.
Whew.
Almost.
Almost
Everybody
slipped.
could be Hauser.
You almost slipped off the edge, like
I almost,
Wilco.
Oh,
almost dropped like a stone. I didn't though.
Oh. But yeah, Hauser. Were you
Hauser.
going somewhere with that? Or you
Well, I'm
just-
saying like Hauser broke his programming, so it is
And then he got
possible.
you got
It's
locked
like
in the
everybody
brig.
complains about Finn blowing all the stormtroopers away, being like, "Well, if Finn could break it, then anybody could break it," and he's killing, potentially innocent people. And it's like,
I don't know if
a
Finn was
line.
ever fully programmed. Like he was a janitor, like
Programmed from birth.
I don't know. I feel like janitors didn't get as strict a social
Hey.
conditioning as the rest of them.
I absolutely love the picture of baby Finn that they show in the Force
Oh,
Awakens.
yeah,
I think that's the
the
funniest thing
Force
that nobody talks about. We have baby
Where?
pictures of Finn. It's funny.
Where?
it's very.
They have
It's
a
like on the
file. They
computer.
bring up in his file FN2187,
FN2187.
and it's like it's a picture of
Oh,
a little baby, and it's
I've never
Finn,
seen-
and
I've
it's like,
never
oh
noticed
crap.
that. I gotta look at that.
Yeah.
You
This is a
think it was
total side
actually
note.
Baby Jumbo Yaga?
Total side note.
No,
Probably.
Go on. What do you got? What do you got?
No, total side note, but still related to Finn. We picked up recently a new comic that was the Hyperspace Stories, and there was one that was Finn and Poe on an adventure. They were getting a bunch of animals for the Resistance, right? But anyway, they go undercover. They're both cowboys, first of all, which is something. But second of all, they go further undercover onto a train, and Poe dresses up as one of the attendants, and then Finn just dresses up in casual clothes. It's literally Civilian Hunter, but in brown. I wanted to scream. I posted it on my story recently, but it is
Cowboy
the
Poe and
exact
Finn.
outfit, and I'm like, anyway. So if you want to read a comic about Poe and Finn being cowboys,
You take one of
Hyperspace
the
Stories.
biggest.
Did you say cowboy?
That's messed up. Taking the biggest gay ship in Star Wars and making
Did
it
you make the
cowboys.
cowboys?
Messed up, guys. Come on.
just
Be a little more
really
subtle.
salt in the wound.
That's gonna be the live action.
It's an interesting
show they come out
one.
with.
There you go.
It's kind of like it seems it's very it seems like it's something, and then at the end Finn literally finds a plushie to give to Rey at the very end, and it's just what is happening here? Anyway,
Interesting.
moving on back to the Bad Batch.
Back to that.
The ship.
Sorry.
Back to ships. The
ships.
cargo ship from
Cargo
Rebels.
ships. Yes.
That was these
Oh
guys.
yeah,
in
the
this
big
episode.
triangle, the big Doritos. I love them.
Big Doritos. Yeah.
Big
the 3D
chips. Yeah, the 3D Doritos. Exactly.
We see those a
Oh,
couple
I just
times. in
realized
Rebels,
those were out
right?
of print
Yeah.
recently. I'm very sad. Or out of production.
Really?
I've-
Out of
I've been-
print?
Just got them back, man.
3D printed.
We did just get
Doritos?
him back.
They're not 3D
When they
printed.
bring 'em
3D
back,
Doritos. The
they
word
get 'em outta
prints
here.
just stuck its way in. It's just you do this long enough, and it's just yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Um,
find the formula. and print them
I
yourself.
love Tech
Secret
Echo
formula.
and Omega
Krabby
running
Patty, see me a
around.
formula.
Okay, sorry. All right.
What was
love-
he gonna say? And then AJ said it under his breath.
I love Tech, Omega, and Echo running around with like the bin of treasure. Because it starts with like Tech and Echo like carrying it, and then it starts with just Echo dragging it, and then they just leave it behind.
I know.
It's just like, oh, okay.
I wanted them to
There
get
it
the
goes.
money.
I know
money.
they didn't get a single thing
They
from
didn't
this
get
mission
jack
except
shit.
the
See,
kaleidoscope.
The whole episode, I was getting really frustrated with Omega because
I
she
was just gonna
started out.
say.
Yeah, she started out this episode very like responsible and just like grown up a little bit more than she was recently, and then she starts disobeying orders again and starts ignoring direct orders of like, hey, no, don't go back for the war chest. We're not going to do it. And I hadn't quite the impact of what she had overheard between Omega and who was Omega? No,
Hunter and Echo.
And
Yes,
Hunter,
thank you.
Yeah.
Where they were talking about how they can't have a normal life because of her. Like that guilt didn't hit me until later when she was explaining. I'm like, oh, okay, yep,
Yeah.
poor kid. Yeah,
I think
Right.
that it was great. Like I love how they had like Omega being like a kid making dumb decisions and then just
Yeah.
realizing it immediately, like, okay, yeah, here's actually I understand I did the wrong thing and I know what to do now. I really like that a lot. I also appreciated that we saw Lula again and she looked huge. Like, did Lula
Yeah.
look bigger to you
No, no,
guys?
no.
Like she looked like
It's-
huge to me.
It's
This-
just because
I'm
Wrecker's
telling
usually
you.
holding her.
No, it's because this takes place a few years later. Lula grew up. Omega grew up. Everybody's growing.
I did
Donkey
appreciate though.
Grew up.
Donkey.
Donkey
He
grew
went
up.
to- Donkey's at
He's up in the
college.
ship
Donkey added
anymore.
another 10,000 milliamp hours to his battery.
He's like
stack.
Steve in Blue's Clues when he went off to college.
Donkey, you because he was bald.
Donkey didn't forget about you, and he's proud of you.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Uh,
I love how like the gunner's mount though. Like if you notice, like there was actual like padding like on like the railings, like for in and out. Where Omega
And
like sits. Yeah.
the trash ball from
Yeah, and like the ball from the LaQuains was just like there.
oh.
In like Omega's
the
like
soccer
thing.
ball thing.
Didn't see the trooper doll though. I'm on the lookout for that one all the time.
It's around.
But yeah, the kaleidoscope.
Oh yeah, Millie,
loved
that's a good one.
Yeah, and I like that
BoJack Horseman
that
gets a
Romar gave it to
kaleidoscope.
her at the end, just to
Oh,
help
that's
her
the
remember to
shapes
be a
and
kid.
colors.
Many shapes and colors, the likes of which have never been seen.
Likes of which I've never seen. Crikey.
Why is BoJack Australian?
Yeah, what was that?
BoJack. No, sorry, I was taking that as a line for Omega. I was trying to have Omega say it.
Okay, that's even better. That's even better, actually.
New Zealand and Aussie, it's a subtle difference I haven't quite nailed yet, so just go on.
You got it. You got it. That was my fault.
Where did we leave off here?
Oh, I have no idea. We've been on track for so long.
Grandpa Joe trying to save Omega with the speeder. He
Yeah,
almost drove that thing off the cliff. What was he doing?
Never ridden a bike before.
Creating
Yeah,
dramatic
because-
tension. That's what he was doing.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
I hope we see him again, but we never.
He
will.
was great. I love how he taught Tech something. Like that was really
That was really
important as
good.
well. Tech
Yeah.
learned so much these episodes.
Culture.
Yeah, literally though, because he never thought to like look beyond just like the facts of that. He had never thought to look beyond into like actual
Yeah.
history of things, which is interesting because like he like looks into everything, but like actually realizing
facts.
and meeting
Like
someone who was like real.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's
No,
it's very
that's a-
sober
that's
because
a-
like I
that's a good point.
honestly fell into the same trap. I mean, when you tell me that we're gonna have an episode set on Raxus Prime or no Raxus or whatever Raxus it's supposed to be, or Sereno, like a separatist planet, I'm going to assume I'm going to treat them as separatists in
You
my mind, in my
separatist dirtbags.
headspace.
See,
But it's like the same thing with like World War II. Like, like there were allied countries, there were Axis countries, and like whether or not you agreed with what country sides you were on, like, you were associated with that country's political ideations regardless.
That is
And
true.
like just that, what a poignant thing to teach in this episode of like, hey, people are not their nations. And
Yeah.
in fact, sometimes they are taken advantage of by their nations.
Mhm.
And you must always have that social like that distance between the two. I just don't get like what about Dooku taking these resources destroyed their culture? Like, was he selling paintings?
I think the
Probably. I mean, like
the
Was it
orbital
because of the
bombardment
the
was the thing that
glassing?
destroyed their
Yeah.
culture.
Okay, that's fair. Well,
True.
Romar
Which
seemed
way?
to make
The
it seem
city.
like both were responsible for the.
Although,
their
I think
loss.
I don't know.
Dooku plundered them, and then the Empire bombed the ever-loving shit out of them,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that was like, well, nothing left except for
Yeah,
this
so it's like
little
Dooku's
doodad.
actions led to the destruction. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's funny because
that tracks for me.
when Tales of the Jedi came out, I went and listened to Dooku Jedi Lost, and that goes a lot into like Sereno culture, and they go to Sereno multiple times, and like it's a whole big thing. So I actually had Sereno culture on my mind like the whole episode because I was like, ooh, I'm getting to see all the stuff I listened to. Ooh,
It's
Everything
cool.
track for you? Did it
I
like
wanted a
seem
little
consistent?
more.
yeah.
It's just
I
nice
mean,
'cause, like,
the
you know-
audio drama doesn't talk about buildings or
That's-
anything,
that's
so
fair.
I don't really know much. But
Yeah, it's
Nice
not like we got
channeling.
to look into said culture that was lost.
yeah, we never really did.
Yeah.
A little disappointing. Thank you, all new nerds. It was a great intro.
Oh, you
yeah,
guys saw the
so
intro?
True work of art.
the all new nerds assisted in the intro.
Yes,
Theme
they're
again.
culpable as well,
Yes.
We'll be going to them again for the
Listen
Mando
closely.
theme.
Yep.
and they'll be culpable for that as well.
Yes. Yes.
Oh boy. What else? What else happened in this episode, guys?
Echo. Oh, we talked about Echo already a lot, but they're actually like focusing on his emotions, unlike season 1, where they're just like he was Killjoy. Like they didn't even.
But he's Killjoy in this episode. Oh man,
He
we have
is.
to change our lives for Omega. Oh, boo, 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 hoo.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though, of course, it was
he's
misinterpreted.
the
He
one-
didn't mean it that way, but he still killed the joy.
I mean, I agree with Echo's take over. It was Echo that says we should like not join the rebellion because that doesn't exist yet, but like we should be doing something with this money we get and like fighting back, right? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, he was right. And
He's
Not-
I mean,
not
the
that
character
Hunter's
in Star
wrong,
Wars
but-
saying we should fight evil is usually the right ones, as opposed to the ones who are like, nah, we should sit around on the beach and eat giant crab all day.
it's tough.
yeah, it's like
It's a tough choice.
For most
It is.
families, found or otherwise, I mean, they don't have the ability to cause the kind of harm and impact that the Bad Batch can against the Empire. They may be a small crew, but they can do a lot of damage, and they have the training and know how to do so. So, like, I'm with you, AJ. Like, it makes a lot of sense for Echo to be pushing for this. I'm glad that.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
I hope
though.
we-
It's
I hope
just
we
Hunter,
keep
really.
focusing
It's just
on
like I just want to hunker down and just not do anything crazy and just make
But
a
now
little bit
he
of
can
money
be
here and
outvoted.
there. Mhm.
All they have to
Yep.
do is go behind his back. Do it again, guys.
Yep.
Do you
They
think
just gotta unionize.
Yeah.
do you think Echo is the most likely clone of the Bad Batch to like die?
To
Like
start
if they're gonna
off.
kill one of
I
them
knew
off,
you were gonna say that. Yes.
because
Him or-
he's
Unfortunately, yeah.
already like died, but like it kind of makes like, they hooked him up to
I'm
a machine
gonna-
and brought him back, but
I'm gonna deviate and say no.
because they can't Wrecker, they won't kill Wrecker.
Really?
Like,
You don't think so?
I don't think
I
they
don't
would.
think so.
I could see them,
He's
and they
the
won't
teddy bear
kill.
of the group.
They won't kill the teddy bear.
Hunter's
Well-
basically the main character.
They can't take
Is
Hunter
it
away
a-
from Omega.
Is it
but
a
could
cop out
happen.
to say Crosshair?
Yes.
Yes, because he needs his chance to like go back with them.
Although,
Yeah.
we
he
need
needs his
someone to
chance
have
be
a
redeemed
redemption
till
arc.
Then he can die.
We need someone to
Not
have a
everyone
redemption
needs a
arc in Star
redemption
Wars
arc.
and not
Sometimes
die.
people are just bad.
No,
Just-
Here's the
that's
thing.
not- that's
We
not
don't
what Star
even-
Wars is about.
We don't
Except for
even get
Palpatine.
full redemption arcs anymore, it seems. It's just like, oh, they just die immediately. Is that redemption? No, that's just dying.
Yeah, I don't really feel like Vader
Someone's
got a chance to
died.
enjoy his redemption, nor Ben for that matter.
He just
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
He got
So,
to
like-
breathe without that stuffy mask. I think that was enjoyment enough.
Nobody knew.
For like 2 minutes.
That's all you need.
I
Then
don't-
it's just repetitive. It's
Like,
just breathing.
I don't think anyone is going to die this
What hill are you dying
season
on, Matt?
out of the main
No,
crew. Maybe get like really badly injured or like maimed or something, but I don't think anyone's going to die. I mean, I think it would be really dramatic if
already lost,
somehow.
like, every
No,
limb.
listen. I think it'll be really dramatic if like Crosshair like loses an eye or something, because that's his
Ooh.
thing.
I want to
And
see
then
Hunter
he'll have
lose
to
an
wear an
eye.
eye patch.
Imagine Hunter with an eye patch.
Yeah.
Hunter with an eye patch. And it's on the non-skull side.
If
That
Hunter
would
gets
suck.
an eye patch, then he's literally just Solid Snake. I'm sorry. He's just
It's
become
all
that
over.
Literally.
solid.
Oh my god! You
And
couldn't
then I
even
have
avoid
to
that.
cosplay him. Then
Oh
that's
my
just-
god.
That's just a fact.
Absolutely love Wanda Sykes passing judgment on his face tattoo. Who the hell are you to judge?
I love she lists
Seriously.
something off immediately and then she compliments Tech, and Tech doesn't know how to respond
know.
because he doesn't know.
I've already.
just doesn't-
died.
Tech just
Tech
doesn't know how to
suffers a
respond
leg
because Tech is
injury.
ace. And it's just great. He just info dumps back on her like, oh well, it's great. It's fantastic.
Hey, brown eyes. Ooh, male pattern baldness.
Really quick. Speaking of, get that comment out of here.
It's just cool.
Speaking of
Don't do
male
that.
pattern baldness, I just have to comment really quickly. The whole unwhitewash the Bad Batch thing. They didn't do anything. They did a little bit in like the color differences, but it's really not that much. Like when you look between season to season, like the skin tones are slightly different, but they really haven't done much in the actual like facial structure to make it look more like Tem. But again, this is something that like we don't know what was happening in the production. We don't know what was happening the entire time. We don't know the true reason why it was delayed as much as it was. And so I think a lot of people were expecting a lot of big changes, but in like the whole, oh, there he goes. In the whole animation force workflow, they definitely didn't have enough time to make that kind of a big change. So I think that it's important that they realize that that criticism is out there, and they have realized the criticism is out there, and they're trying, but obviously they can do so much more. So that's my official thing on it. It's like I wish that they were doing so much more. But I still love these stories and these characters like so much, and so I'm still continuing to watch the show, obviously.
I mean, heck, Wilco even in this episode seemed like maybe I'm just, reflecting back with colored information, no pun intended, but like I could have sworn he like had a more typical clone skin coloring like Tem.
Well, yeah, the regular clones are fine. They have been fine.
Even in this episode,
it's really just the Bad Batch. The skin color is closer.
Tech is like
it's Tech. Tech is
and
the
Echo, but Echo makes a lot of
Echo.
sense because he's
and Crosshair.
He's been through some shit.
Yeah.
And Crosshair, I guess.
Yeah, what's up with Crosshair being all pale? Well, it's also weird that they have British accents, like especially Tech. I don't know. I know that like D. Bradley Baker's choice for your, standard clone was never quite Kiwi anyway, but it always like had that feeling that it was similar to Tem.
Yeah, I saw a take today that was literally like ever since the Clone Wars came out 15 years ago, this has been a conversation. And they're working on it, and obviously we all wish that they could be doing so much more, but I admire that they are working on it, and it's something, but still they need to keep working on it.
Because I mean, hey, it's starring. I was talking with Abby about Bad Batch, and she thought it was odd that Omega's the only one who actually has a New Zealand accent of any kind. I was like, I didn't have an answer for that. I'm like, huh. Yeah, I mean, kind of none of the clones do.
It's a choice, so I don't know.
Interesting,
yeah. But that is strange, especially as clones have been stars of episodes of the Clone Wars, but never given their own show. It is a little bit of a bad take to have the one set of clones that do have their own show to be whitewashed. It never even crossed my mind until you brought it up. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's just something to keep in mind as we continue to watch the show. Like you can obviously still enjoy and appreciate the show, but just to still keep it in mind and still like talk about it online, because that's the only way that they're going to make any changes and updates to it. They're obviously not going to go back and change everything that's already out there, but they can change future media. So it's just important that we remember that in our consumption of this. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. In our last handful of minutes here, did you want to speculate for next week and maybe like kind of the rest of the season?
Crab's back.
The crabs are
next episode.
Next week,
one crab is just hiding on the ship, and they're just gonna have like a.
He's stowed away. He's like, "For my fallen brother."
The crab ate Gonki.
But imagine though, if there was like one crab that stowed away, like the porgs did. Like if there's just like one little crab, and then it just grows, and then one day they're just like, "Oh my god, where did this guy come from?"
They're finding little.
Omega's just riding a crab into battle because those things are impervious, man. They were taking everything.
They literally were. I mean, you could shoot them, and then they would just like. Just like right in there.
Are we going to see Ruby the Lizard again?
If we see Roland Durand again, yes.
That's Matt's prediction, right? We'll see Roland Durand.
We're going to see Roland. Again, I don't want my time wasted.
They made a Black Series figure of Ruby.
Look,
but not
Ruby came with Omega.
True.
When are we getting TVCs for Bad Batch?
That's a really good question. There's a hunter along the way. I remember seeing a photo of that.
Crosshair is rumored to be on his way.
They should make the Marauder as the next ship. They haven't done one of those in a bit.
They should.
And then the patch.
The only Black Series for season 2 that's in the pipeline is Omega so far. So who knows when we're gonna get everybody else? But that's on the way.
But next week is
What's the episode?
the solitary clone. Solitary clone.
The solitaire clone.
Solitaire. It's just Cody in a room with
it's-
some
it's
cards,
Kicks.
just like,
He's just playing cards.
It's
like,
Kicks.
damn it, I lost. How do I lose that?
The solitary clone.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
It's gonna be
you know
about
what?
Crosshair.
It's gonna be about Crosshair. Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
because
excited.
especially
I
if
wanna
we
s-
expect that Rampart's going to go to Crosshair and be like, hey, what the hell?
Imperial Palace.
It's gonna
Maybe.
be about
That'll be cool.
Crosshair. It's probably gonna just be about what has happened to him since, and maybe he's actually going to be the only clone that he ever that comes across. Who knows?
I think next week is going to be a juicy episode because with Bad Batch you seem to get like the fun ones, lighthearted ones,
And then they'd
you
be
get-
like,
then you get like a juicy one, then maybe another one, then a fun one. Not to say it's like anything's filler, but we're probably going to see the Batch doing a lot more of these reoccurring missions that are kind of
mean,
just
they're-
random to make money, and then
There was
Yeah.
filler in season 1. I don't think anybody can deny that. We're talking about
What?
Roland Duran for crying out loud.
right, and we got that like in between the Darrow and like
I still think that was mistimed.
Oh, yeah.
the finale episodes.
Yeah.
But-
Anyway,
Yeah,
I think
Crosshair and
that
Cody
solitary
next week.
clone, or maybe it's not even about the regular clones. Maybe they're gonna go back to Mount Tantus and they're just gonna be a clone of something
Ooh.
else.
I
There's
wanted
gonna
to bring
be a
that up. I
Palpatine
wanted to
clone
bring that
crawling
up.
around on the
Definitely
ground.
that.
So I brought this up to Matt the other day. Jack, I don't know if you've heard this. It's not a spoiler thing. It's a the producer, the director commented on this, but he said that the Mount Tantus stuff, and he barely said anything, but he said it's going to kind of connect to the Mandalorian and what's
Yeah, I
going on
actually-
there. You saw
I
that?
linked a thing to Jamie because someone like
Okay.
commented on a post of that being like, oh, well, I mean, that's an easy one. Omega's related to Boba Fett, but done. And I'm like, no, did you
Yes,
not watch
but
the end of the fucking
more.
season? Like, they literally had the same uniform as Dr. Pershing. Like, come on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that's
very excited
exciting.
to see that connect. And
I'm
see what
still not
that's all
over the
about.
fact that they just lifted that name straight out of the Thrawn
Oh, yeah.
trilogy. Like,
Yeah,
oh man,
Mount
I
Tantus.
just I
Right.
need more Mount Tantus. Like, give me.
Cloners.
I still think maybe a Grogu's gonna show up. He's just gonna be like in the mountain.
Imagine Grogu
I
in
mean, it makes sense.
animation.
Oh god, I don't think I'm
That's-
ready for that level of
That'd be
cute.
too much.
The
That'd be
baby.
too much.
He'd be even tinier too, because he's
The
He'd
like,
be
eyes
even
are just gonna be
cuter than
even
my son
bigger.
over here.
is he
It's gonna look
20
like the Funko Pop.
20-year-old Grogu?
Look at him.
20-year-old
Give or take.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Doesn't look
Well,
a day
we saw
over-
him in the clone. We
one.
saw him during the clone eras, and he looked the exact
Right.
Oh
same.
yeah, that's true.
That's
We
true.
did.
So the
But we
physical
never-
development doesn't slows
looks
from
terrified.
age 10 to
The baby.
40, 50.
But yeah, I think
Yeah, with the
surface
Zillow
level
bee.
solitary clone Crosshair. If you want to dig deeper, it's a clone of
Cloners.
something else.
Can we
Like the
just see
Zillow
Dex?
Beast.
Can we see where Dex is? I'm sorry. Where's
And
Dex?
he closes Dex's diner
Can we
during the
what if-
Imperial
oh,
era.
We see Cody and
It was an
Crosshair, like,
imperial
on
error to
patrol.
close his diner.
Ah,
It was a fine establishment.
damn right.
Cody and Crosshair are on patrol, just walking by Dex's diner. It's all boarded up. Bring a tear to my eyes.
Yeah, it would
Aw,
be.
Man. Or they go in there and it's under new management.
Yeah, that was. what I was
That would be
thinking.
Like,
worse.
It's now
Look, the cap's not as good
Rex's
as it used
diner.
to be.
No,
I can't
it's
do
his
it. I
wife
cannot
droid,
do
but
a
like
clone
she's
accent.
totally reprogrammed, so she has none
Flo's
of her
Cafe.
charm.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh.
That'd be so.
it's already a thing.
Flo's Cafe is a thing.
Yeah, and Cars.
Cars.
Oh right, yeah. Cars.
That doesn't
Uh,
care about
Cars
cars.
is
I don't-
great.
Um,
I don't care about cars.
I've never
How do you
seen
not care
Cars.
about
I'm not
Cars?
gonna start seeing
Because
Cars.
it's fine. It's a fine movie.
Okay.
I like the first one.
It's a great Pixar movie.
Another
It's
time.
fine.
Another
They made
time,
their own
guys.
land out of it.
Another time, guys.
They're
Dodge
popular
still
with
here.
kids.
Important stuff.
Jamie, you're being overruled. You're being hunted right now.
Matt doesn't
Zero
like
echo.
Cars.
Hello.
I-
Zero echo sniff so far this season, but we do have one echo trip.
Echo Trip.
I'm gonna
Alright.
keep track of
One
that.
echo trip.
Oh yeah, right on that beach. I mean, it's
There
hard
you
to
go.
run in sand.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Especially when you get from
hard.
sand to water. It's like, ooh, I'm going down.
You're wearing a helmet.
I'm going
you got no
down.
visibility.
I'm going down.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say?
No.
You good?
Nope.
Yeah, you good? Okay, cool.
It's a
Thank
blonde
you.
suit.
Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and thank you for commenting and chatting along with us. We'll be back next week with more Bad Batch goodness. And we're gonna end with the intro because everyone can see it, because you just
sorry.
experienced that again. I
I'm sorry in
apologize in
advance.
advance, but at the same time, thank you all new nerds for assisting in this little production. And we'll see you guys next week on the HoloNet Marauders podcast.
Ba